Brandon Ingram as a consolation prize for Paul George really fascinates me. He is like 8 years younger. And I talked about like Paul George being underrated and whatever. I think Brandon Ingram is like by far the most underrated player in the NBA. I'm a huge fan. I think that I understand the warts to his game. I think some of it is unfair. And I think that if he were in the right spot and he tapered a little bit of his responsibilities in a way that, you know, he was a little bit more willing to shoot threes, which he can hit. And I don't understand why he wouldn't. It's not out of the question, but I think he's someone who he brings it on defense and has been a part of really good defensive units. And he has one of the most unblockable mid-range jumpers in the league and has never really had an opportunity to showcase it in a playoff setting where it would be really important. But I just think that he can be like Chris Middleton 2.0. Like put him on a team where he's like clearly the second best player, or he's splitting, you know, dueling like a 2A, 2B with someone else. Like put him on the Sacramento Kings. I think that would be really fascinating. I'm not saying they win the title or anything like that. Slide him into the Sixers. I think, you know, there were on Zach Lowe's pod the other day, he mentioned that there were rumors about Jeremy Grant and Brandon Ingram being players that the Sixers and Daryl Morey are sniffing around about. I think that that's pretty smart. I think that, like, I think he's a star. I really do. And so he's made one All-Star team in his career. He's, you know, battled a bunch of injuries, but it just, if you read the tea leaves of what David Griffin's saying, vice president of basketball operations with the Pelicans, it doesn't seem like they are willing to give him the max extension that he's eligible for. And I think that this could be the time for a clean break. And that fascinates me because he's really good. And I would love to see him in a situation where there's like actual spacing and he's not having, there's not such an offensive burden on him with a co-star who's always hurt.